Hi, hello, welcome to Homeschool. This is your next session of your new chapter, that is your chapter 9 polynomials. In our ninth standard, we have a minimum introductory part about polynomials and we have solved some exercises. Right? It is just a continuation. We have classified a polynomial by seeing the terms. We are going to count the terms. How many terms are there? Single term or double term? And what it is? Single means it is a monomial. Double terms means it is a binomial. Three terms it is a trinomial. Then so on polynomials we have classified. But now we are not going to classify here by using the terms. This year we are going to study about the polynomials by seeing the degree. Degree means highest power of the given algebraic expression. First, we are going to start what is a polynomial and what is the degree of a polynomial, what are the types of a polynomial, what are all types we are going to learn by seeing the degree, and then zero of a polynomial, value of a polynomial, graphical representation. Okay, these are all the things we learn in this. Okay, we just start our chapter with this tiny introduction. Right? What is a polynomial? An algebraic expression in the form of a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus so on up to an x power n. This is a main statement we know about a polynomial. What is this? It is an algebraic expression. Expression means what, children? It is a combination of variables and constants. Okay, so now what is this a0, a1, a2, so on up to an? These are all the real numbers and also we call them as a numerical coefficient for the given variables. a0 plus a1 x power 1 and you can see here x power 0. What is x power 0 value? It will be 1. So they did not write here x power 0. a0 x power 0 plus a1 x power 1. X power 1 is x itself. Plus a2 x square plus so on an x power n. What are all this? a0, a1, a2, a3, so on up to an? These are all the real numbers and also called as the numerical coefficients, where n is a non-negative integer and an can never be 0. N is a non-negative integer and n cannot be equal to 0. If n becomes 0, what happens? We don't get the degree of a polynomial. If n is having some value, then we can say the degree of the given polynomial. So n is a non-negative integer. And this is called as a polynomial with a degree n. An algebraic expression is in the form of a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus so on up to an x power n, where a0, a1, a2, a3, so on up to an are all the real numbers and n is a non-negative integer and n cannot be equal to 0 is called a polynomial and it is of a degree n. What is the highest power? N. Therefore, we call it as a degree n. Polynomial of whatever variable you take. Suppose here we are taking the variable x. So, polynomial of x I may write. Right? Polynomial of which variable you are taking? You are going to represent it with p of x is equal to polynomial of x. Suppose if you take any other variable y or a or b or any other variable, you can represent it polynomial of a, polynomial of y. Like that you need to represent the polynomial. Degree of a polynomial. The highest power of variable. Which variable you take in the given expression? That variable. Variable in a polynomial p of x is called the degree of a polynomial. So what is the degree, children? It's highest power. Highest power of a variable in a polynomial. Suppose let me take here. Look here, you can see the example. This variable is x. So I take that p of x is equal to x. Polynomial of x is x. Then what is a degree? Degree means having only one variable only, and there is no power, means 1 is there. Highest power 1 or a degree 1, then we call that polynomial as a linear polynomial. What is that type of polynomial, children? It is a linear polynomial. Let's see some of the examples here and just find out the degree of a polynomial. So look here, you can see here x, only one variable there and there is no power. No power means 1. Therefore, what is the degree? Degree of a polynomial p of x is equal to 1. Right? Similarly, look here 3. 3, what is 3? Is it a polynomial? Yes, it is a polynomial, but only number there, no? Number there means it might have a degree 0. Observe here, I am going to equate it with p of x is equal to 3, and here I may write it as x power 0. X power 0 value is 1. 1 into 3 it will be 3. So, what is this type of a polynomial we call? We call that type of a polynomial as a constant polynomial. Constant polynomial, it doesn't change. When in your polynomial, if your highest power is 0, then that type of a polynomial is called as a constant polynomial. First example we have seen, power is 1 and only one power there, that is only the highest power. That is the degree of a polynomial is 1. See the next one, 3x minus 5. You have a constant and variable. Minus 5, this is a constant, it doesn't change. But whereas this x value may change. 3x minus 5. What is the power for the variable you can see? There is no power, means 1. This is which type of a polynomial? Linear polynomial, and it is having degree 1. See the next one, 2x square plus 7x minus 2. See, observe the powers here, x power 1, x power 2. What is the highest power in a given polynomial? Highest power is 2. Highest power 2 means degree is 2. See the next one, 5x cube minus 2x plus 6. Observe the power of the variables. 1, 3. 1 is greater or 3 is greater? 3 is greater, right? So its degree is 3. So the next one, 8x minus x power 4. X power is 1 and here it is 4. So 1 and 4 compare. What is the highest power? 4. Therefore, degree of this polynomial is equal to 4. Right? Like this, in a given any equation, you need to observe the degree by seeing the highest power of the expression. So, let me write two more examples. 4x power 5 minus x power 6 plus x minus 10. So, this is not in an order. You need to arrange this in an order. How do you arrange in order, children? Come from the highest power. Minus x power 6 plus 4x power 5 plus x minus 10. Now see the powers 1, 5, 6. What is the highest power? 6. Therefore, degree of this polynomial of x is 6. Degree is equal to degree of the polynomial p of x is equal to 6. This is the way we need to write the degree of any polynomial. Let's see the types of a polynomial. First one is constant polynomial. A polynomial of a degree 0 is called a constant polynomial and it is of the form p of x is equal to k. What is this, children? K. Why only k here? K might be a multiple of x power 0. So, by saying this, we are saying that if a polynomial of a degree 0 is called a constant polynomial and it is in the form of p of x is equal to k. Whereas this we won't consider. Why? X power 0 value is 1. K into 1 it will be k. Therefore, polynomial of x is equal to k. Only constant will be there. Constant polynomial is in the form of p of x is equal to k. Similarly, linear polynomial. What is a linear polynomial? A polynomial of degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. When it is having degree 0 constant, degree 1 linear polynomial, and it is of the form p of x is equal to ax plus b, where a and b are real numbers. A and b are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. Observe this statement carefully. Polynomial of x, its highest power is 1, degree 1. A polynomial of having degree 1 is called as a linear polynomial, where a is a numerical coefficient, x is a variable, b is the constant. Observe carefully children, x is a variable, a is a numerical coefficient of x and b is the constant, where a and b are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. If a is 0, what happens? It becomes only b. Then this expression becomes constant polynomial. Observe carefully, when we are saying any polynomial which is having its highest power degree, that numerical coefficient should never be 0. Coming to next polynomial, quadratic polynomial. Similarly you can say a polynomial of degree 2. Polynomial of degree 2 is called as a quadratic polynomial and it is in the form of p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b and c are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. Once again look here carefully. A polynomial of having its degree 2. Degree 2 means highest power is 2 and it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. Shall we write one example for each? Let's take here p of x is equal to 3 I am saying. Constant polynomial x power 0 might be there, x power 0 is 1, 1 into 3 it is 3. Then coming to linear polynomial, one example. 3x minus 5. Observe here, variable, numerical coefficient and this is the constant. Similarly, write one example for quadratic equation. 2x square plus 5x minus 3. Highest power is 2 and this is called as a degree. When your expression is having a degree 2, then that polynomial is called as a quadratic polynomial. Coming to next, cubic polynomial. A polynomial of degree 3. Look here, complete the statement. A polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. It is in the form of, say me children here, p of x, polynomial now, p of x, I am taking the variable x. P of x is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a, b, c and d are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. If a becomes 0, what happens? 0 into anything 0 and this will be quadratic polynomial it becomes. Therefore, a should never be 0. Next, coming to biquadratic polynomial. biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial, it is also same manner. A polynomial of degree 4 is called as a biquadratic polynomial, and it is in the form of, what is it? It is in the form means what? The standard form of the polynomials. That is, P of x is equal to ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e, where a, b, c, d, e are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. We use constant, linear and quadratic polynomial in this chapter. We will use this in our future classes. Once again, let's see about the types of a polynomials. How can we classify the polynomials then? By seeing the degree. Degree means highest power in a given polynomial. See the highest power and you can classify the type of a polynomial. If its highest power is 0, then it is called as a constant polynomial. Its highest power is 1, it is called as a linear polynomial. If its highest power is 2, quadratic polynomial. Highest power is 3, cubic polynomial. Highest power is 4, biquadratic polynomial. And now comes to the standard form of a polynomial. What is the standard form of a constant polynomial? P of x is equal to k. What is the standard form of a linear polynomial? That is, P of x is equal to ax plus b. Quadratic, ax square plus bx plus c. Cubic, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Similarly, biquadratic, ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus c. These are all the standard form of the polynomials. Let's find out the value of polynomial. If P of x is a polynomial in the form of a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus so on up to an x power n, we know that is a polynomial algebraic expression where an cannot be equal to 0, then value of polynomial. What do you mean by the value of polynomial P of x? Look here, for any real number, let me take a as a real number. Value at x is equal to a will be given by, wherever you have x, we need to replace a in order to get the value of the polynomial. So see the polynomial expression there. In the place of P of x, I have written here a. You need to equate this with P of x equal to. Now this one, see there, wherever you have x, you just replace with a1 into a plus a2 a square plus a3 a cube plus so on up to an a power n. While what we are doing here, we are replacing x value with a in order to get the value of the polynomial. So this is just the statement. Let us see this with one example. If a polynomial P of x is equal to 2x minus 3. Find the value of a polynomial. Find the value of a polynomial if x is equal to 2. If x is equal to 2, I am giving the condition. Condition I am giving means in x place you need to substitute 2 value. Let us substitute wherever you have x. Substitute 2 children. 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. What is the value of a given polynomial when x is equal to 2? The value is 1. Let us see one more example. If P of x is equal to 2x square minus 3x plus 5 you have. This is which type of a polynomial? It is a quadratic polynomial where its highest power, that is a degree, is 2. Now find the value. Value of what? X. If x is equal to. If x is equal to 1. Find the value children. Value needed means wherever you have x, substitute this value. P of 1 is equal to 2 into 1 whole square minus 3 into 1 plus 3. 1 ones are 1, 1 into 2, 2 minus 3 into 1, 3 plus 5. 5 plus 2, 7, 7 minus 3 will be 4. What is the value of this polynomial if x is equal to 1? That will be 4 is the value of a polynomial. This is the way we need to calculate value, and already in our 9th standard we have done the value of a polynomials and 0 of a polynomials also. Now let's see the 0 of a polynomial. If polynomial of x, how to read this? Polynomial of x. P of x is a polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial are those values of x. What are zeros? Those are also the values of x which makes the polynomial 0. What is the 0 of a polynomial, children? It is one of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial are those which makes the polynomial 0. Let us take here one example. P of x is equal to x minus 3. When you need to find the zeros of a polynomial, we need to equate for the polynomial 0. This is an algebraic expression. We convert into equation means equal to 0. Now we equate this. P of x equal to 0. What is P of x value? X minus 3 equal to 0. Send this minus 3 other side. Plus 3. 0 plus 3 will be 3. X equal to 3. What is this 3? This 3 is the 0 of a polynomial. How can I say it is 0? If I am able to substitute this value in a polynomial, you are going to get the value 0. Let us check it out. P of x is equal to x minus 3. Right? Find the value of the polynomial. Substitute this 3 in that polynomial. P of 3 is equal to 3 minus 3, that will be 0. So look here, to make the value 0, what numbers or what values you are going to substitute in that polynomial, those values are called as the zeros of the polynomial. So once again understand here, which makes the polynomial 0, those numbers are called as the zeros of the polynomial. How can we get the zeros of a polynomial? When we equate to the given polynomial 0, we are going to get the zeros of a polynomial. Let us see one more example. P of x is equal to 3x square minus x minus 4. Let us take some example. What are the zeros of this polynomial means? What you do? First equate for the polynomial 0. That means P of x equal to 0. P of x value is 3x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. Now we can see this, it is a quadratic polynomial. Directly if you send other side, you won't get your x value. So what we need to do? We need to factorize this. Do you remember factorization? How can we do? Multiply the 3 and minus 4. Multiply corners and then split the middle term. 3 into minus 4, it will be minus 12. Minus 12 you split such that you should get minus 1. What are all the factors for 12? 4 3s are 12. Can you get minus 1 with 4 and 3? Yes, minus 4 plus 1 you are going to get minus 1. Now split the term. 3x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 4 equal to 0. Now take out common. Only x is common here. 3x minus 4 plus 1 is common. 3x minus 4 equal to 0. Then again in these two 3x minus 4 is common. Remaining right here. X plus 1 equal to 0 or 3x minus 4 equal to 0. Plus 1 send other side. X is equal to minus 1 and 3x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 by 3. Finally, what I can say here, minus 1 and 4 by 3 are the zeros of the polynomial. If you substitute those values in the given polynomial, your answer will become 0. So, which makes a polynomial 0, that numbers are all called as the zeros of the polynomial. Let's see the next concept, relation between zeros and coefficients of first one, linear polynomial. What is the standard form of a linear polynomial? Let us take it as ax plus b, we know this one, right? What are the zeros of a polynomial? We need to find this. Linear polynomial, what is the relation between zeros and coefficient? We know that how to find zeros. How to find 0, children? The value what we substitute in the polynomial, it becomes 0. That value is called as a 0 of a polynomial. Then how that 0 and coefficients are related? Let us take here. Where linear polynomial, what is the standard form? Ax plus b, and a cannot be equal to 0. We know this one. What is 0 of this polynomial? Let me assume it as k. K is a 0 of a polynomial. If p of x is equal to ax plus b, if I take k as a 0 of a polynomial, what happens, children? P of k is equal to a into k plus b. When I equate this with 0, what happens? A into k is equal to minus b, k is equal to minus b by a. This becomes the 0 of a polynomial. Understand the concept carefully here. In a linear polynomial, the standard form is ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0. 0 of a polynomial, we can get the 0 of a polynomial. How can we get? If we assume k as a 0 of a polynomial, substitute in x, p of k is equal to a into k plus b, and try to make separate this value, then this is equal to the 0 of a polynomial. How we can relate this with the coefficient? Where is b? B is a constant. Minus of constant by, what is this a? A is the coefficient of x. So here, children, you can remember directly what will be the 0 of a linear polynomial. You can say minus b by a is a 0 of a linear polynomial. What is this? Instead of writing minus b by a, you can say that minus of constant by coefficient of x. Similarly, let's see the standard form of quadratic polynomial. P of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. We know this is a quadratic polynomial. Here, in linear polynomial, there will be only one 0. Just highlight here, 1 0 will be there in linear polynomial. Its degree is 1 and it will be having only 1 0. Whereas quadratic polynomial, degree is 2 and it will be having 2 zeros. Means the two values will be there. Those two values, if we substitute in this polynomial, you are going to get 0. We know quadratic polynomial standard form is p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Here there are two roots. Let us assume, children, let alpha and beta are zeros. Let alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. How can we get these zeros? In this quadratic polynomial, we are going to get two zeros, right? That two zeros, let us assume it as alpha and beta. Now, sum of zeros. You need to know about the relation between zeros and coefficient, no? So, sum of zeros. Sum means what? Addition. Addition of zeros. That means alpha plus beta is equal to what? Sum of zeros is equal to minus b by a. Now in this polynomial, where is b, children? It is at the coefficient of x. Minus of coefficient of x by, where is a? This one. That is coefficient of x square. Sum of zeros will be minus b by a. That is minus of coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Now, product of zeros. Product of zeros. Alpha, beta. Product means into no? Alpha, beta is equal to c by a. You should remember these all. Where is c? C is at the constant. Constant by, where is a? A is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient. Coefficient of x square. So, these are the sum of zeros and product of zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Let us see about cubic polynomial. What is the standard form of a cubic polynomial? That will be p of x is equal to highest degree is 3. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are real numbers and a cannot be equal to 0. Right, children? Now, let alpha, beta, here cubic polynomial, how many zeros will be there for this polynomial? Means those zeros, if we substitute in this polynomial, you are going to get the answer 0. Those three values, if you substitute in this polynomial, you are going to get a value 0. Cubic polynomial, how many zeros will be there? 3 zeros. Quadratic, 2. Linear, 1. You should remember these all, children. Now let us assume cubic polynomial, no? So alpha, beta and gamma. See the symbol carefully. Alpha, beta and gamma are the zeros of the polynomial. Let us assume are zeros of the polynomial. Now, how it is related with the zeros and coefficient? Sum of zeros. Sum of zeros means what? Add all these zeros. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to. What is the value coefficient relation you are going to get here? Minus b by a. Minus b by a. What is b, children? Where is b here? It is the minus of coefficient of, where is b? Coefficient of x square. Try to see the standard form whenever we are doing the polynomial. By a. Where is a? Coefficient of x cube. Coefficient of x cube. Next, product of zeros. We need to remember these all relations. Product of zeros means what? Alpha into beta into gamma. All three zeros we need to multiply. What it will be? C by E. Both will be same. Just you remember there is a small change. C. Where is C here? Coefficient of x. C is called the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x by, where is a? Coefficient of x cube. Coefficient of x cube. Sum of the product of zeros taken 2 at a time. 2 zeros at a time, children. Means, how will be the relation here? Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to minus d by a. What is the last relation in this cubic polynomial? Sum of the product of zeros taken 2 at a time. sum of product of two zeros taken at a time. That is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to minus d by a. Where is d? It is a constant. Last term it is constant, children. Minus of constant by a. What is a? Coefficient of x cube. See here, observe carefully all at a time. These are all the relations with the coefficients and zeros. You should remember this all carefully. So let's have a recap. Relation between zeros and coefficient. For a linear polynomial, how many zeros it will be there? 1 0 it will be there. So that will be k is equal to minus b by a minus of constant by coefficient of x. Quadratic polynomial, two zeros will be there. And how they are related with the coefficient and zeros? Sum of zeros alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and product of zeros alpha beta equal to minus c by a. These are all we are going to apply in problems. So we should have a minimum knowledge about this. Minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, constant by coefficient of x square. Coming to your cubic polynomial, standard form you know x cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Whereas it will be having three zeros, right? So we have assumed here alpha, beta, gamma are the three zeros. Sum of the zeros alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a. Product of zeros alpha, beta, gamma equal to c by a. And sum of the product of zeros taken two at a time. That is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to minus d by a. So remember these all in our future exercise we are going to solve. In your exercises there will be one type of question, that is if sum of zeros given and product of zeros given, find the quadratic polynomial they will ask. How can we frame the polynomial? We should know a small formula, that is p of x is equal to x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. Or you can remember this as x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros will give you the quadratic polynomial. If you are going to substitute these values in the given format, you are going to get the quadratic polynomial. And your last concept in this chapter is geometric meaning of zeros of polynomial. What do you mean by geometric meaning here? Let's see. If we draw the graph of p of x equal to 0, then values where the curve cuts the x-axis are called zeros of the polynomial. Or it may be any polynomial. It may be linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial or cubic polynomial. If the polynomial is equal to 0, how will be the graph of a linear polynomial? You can see here. I am going to draw a scale. And this is x-axis, this is x dash, y, y dash. This will be positive, this will be positive, negative, negative, right? Suppose if your line is like this, linear polynomial. In a pair of linear equations, we have solved this type of graphs. How they will be? They will be in the form of straight lines, right? That line where it intersects the x-axis or it cuts the x-axis, that point is called the zero of the polynomial. Suppose it is at 3. So x is equal to 3 is the zero of a polynomial. Where it touches or cuts the x-axis, that point we call it as a zero of a polynomial, children. Suppose let me draw one more line. -1, -2, -3, -4. And this is 0 and this will be 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. This is one line I have drawn here. So what is a zero of a polynomial? where this line touches the x-axis or cuts the x-axis at one point, that value is called as a 0 of a polynomial. What is that value? X is equal to minus 2. How many zeros it have? It have number of zeros, only 1 0. The value is not 1. At only one point it touches, therefore it has 1 0. What is that 0 value? Minus 2. Okay, let's see one more, children. Suppose you have like this. Where it touches the x-axis, it is a linear polynomial and it is cutting x-axis at one point. Therefore, the number of zeros of this polynomial is equal to 1. Coming to quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. What is quadratic, children? If its degree is 2, it is called as a quadratic polynomial and it will be having 2 zeros. In your graph, similarly in your graph, you can see this by seeing 3 cases here. Okay. So, what are the 3 cases here? Your graph, quadratic polynomial graph will be like this. Either it may not be complete U or V, it will be in this shape. This shape is called as a parabola. What is this shape, children? Parabola. Linear equation, it will be straight line. Quadratic polynomials, it will be parabola. And your parabola will be either it may be upward or it may be downward. Downward means how it will be? Like this. Upward is this and downward is this. Okay, upward you can remember U. Upward you can remember U. Downward you can remember inverted U. Reverse U also you can see. Upward, this is upward parabola and this is downward parabola. What does this parabola do in this graph? This parabola cuts x-axis at 2 points. Understand here carefully. It is cutting x-axis at 2 points. This is 1 point and this is 1 point. And another parabola I have showed you. That is also cutting at 2 points. Right? So, only one parabola we are going to consider in a graph. Then it has 2 zeros. Either it may be upward or downward. So, now let us take one parabola like this. It is how it is, children. The parabola is upward. Upward means immediately I can say that your coefficient of A value will be greater than 0. What is A value? In your quadratic polynomial, A value must be greater than 0. You can identify by seeing the parabola, and this parabola cuts x-axis at 2 points. Therefore, number of zeros. Number of zeros is equal to 2. What are the zeros? By seeing full scale you can say. But they won't ask, only we need the number of zeros in this parabola. Suppose, if your graphical representation is like this, downward parabola, here upward parabola, it is cutting at 2 points and number of zeros will be 2. Whereas in downward parabola also, it has 2 zeros only. There you can guess, your A value will be less than 0. A value must be negative. In your quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c. In this quadratic equation, you can guess by seeing this parabola, A must be greater than 0. And here, A must be less than 0 means it might be negative value. This is your first case. There are 3 cases we can explain here. First case, if your parabola is upward and you can say that directly A is greater than 0, and your parabola is downward, you can say is less than 0. And your next case, say children, your parabola just it touches at one point. Either it may be upward or downward. What does it do? It is touching at only one point. One point means quadratic equation. Parabola itself, it is a quadratic equation. How many zeros it have? 2 zeros. But whereas 2 zeros, we can't see 2 zeros. Only 1 zero it is there. Means it might be equal. The 2 zeros are equal. That means x is equal to 4 or x is equal to 2 answers might be same. 2 zeros are coinciding on same point. Right? So, we know quadratic polynomial will be having 2 zeros. If they are coinciding, it becomes only 1 zero. Here also, inverted parabola you can see, and it is just touching at one point on x-axis. Therefore, it is having only 1 zero. 1 zero means it becomes linear polynomial. But here, 1 zero means 2 zeros are overlapping on only 1 zero. Therefore, here number of zeros is equal to 1. And one more case children here. Third case. Case 3. What is that third case? Suppose like this there. Suppose your parabola is upward or downward. Like this there. Were they touching at x-axis? No, they are not touching x-axis. If they are not touching at x-axis, what can you conclude there? You can say that there is no zeros. There is no zeros means what? We don't have any value. Let's take an example, x square plus 4 equate to 0 to find the zeros. X square is equal to minus 4. There we stop. Why? X square, in order to remove square, apply the square root. We cannot take square root for negative value. Therefore, there is no zero for this type of polynomials. Okay, understand carefully. Linear polynomial will be straight line and it cuts exactly x-axis at one point. Quadratic polynomial, it will be in the form of parabola and it cuts at 2 points on x-axis. So, we have seen 3 cases here for quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial, how will be the graphs? It will be in the form of parabola y is equal to x square, we can say. And now, cubic polynomial, how will be the graphical representation of a cubic polynomial? You can see the graph like this it will be. Means it just touches at 3 points on x-axis. In this graph, see here this polynomial, what does it do? It cuts x-axis at 3 points. So we say that number of zeros is equal to 3. Right? Just you can identify by seeing this, you can identify the zeros. Suppose if your graph is like this, how many zeros can you identify? We don't consider zeros for y-axis children, don't see for y-axis. Always we equate the polynomial with y equal to. Right? So we won't see any zeros on y. See here, 1, 2 on x-axis. See how many points are cutting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many zeros? There are 5 zeros in a given graph. Right? Like this, we need to identify the graph and say the zeros. Let us start our chapter with our first exercise, that is exercise 9.1. There is nothing there in this main children, only one main with only 6 graphs. We need to find the number of zeros. You can see the graphical representation of y is equal to p of x. This is all graphical representation of y is equal to polynomial of x. Find the number of zeros is your question. It is very easy. How can you get the zeros of a polynomial? By seeing the geometrical representation we have discussed. Where it cuts the x-axis, that many points you can identify and say those many zeros are there in the given polynomial. Let's start with the first exercise with the first problem. See here it is a line. Line means linear polynomial it might be, but it is not touching. So what you can say, therefore number of zeros is 0. There are no zeros here. It is not touching x-axis. Therefore there is no 0. Now look here. How many places it is cutting at x-axis? Only 1. Therefore you write here number of zeros is equal to 1. For the given polynomial y is equal to px, number of zeros is equal to 1. See the third problem. Identify here where it is touching x-axis. 1, 2, 3. How many zeros you have? 3 zeros. Number of zeros is equal to 3. Next, fourth one. 1, 2. Here it is cutting x-axis at 2 points. So it is having 2 zeros. Therefore it is having 2 zeros. See the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. It cuts the x-axis at 4 points. Therefore, it had 4 zeros. Last problem. 1, 2, 3. How many zeros it had? It had 3 zeros. With this, we are going to complete our exercise 9.1 and we are going to end our session today. In our next session, we are going to continue with the next exercise. Until that, keep watching children. Thank you all.